I opted into 3 different real estate funnels this week, and only one of them actually worked. The other 2 were so bad, they probably lost the lead before it ever even had a chance. Because a broken funnel is kind of like making a promise and then breaking it 10 seconds later. You made them a promise with your offer on the webpage. They filled out the form, they gave you their contact information, and you did not deliver. So they think, you're a big fat liar. You said you were going to give me X, Y, and Z, and you didn't. It's been 10 minutes. Where is my thing? It frustrates them. They don't trust you anymore. Good luck trying to convert them into a client going forward. So on this episode of Fix It Friday, I'm going to show you what went wrong so you can avoid making those mistakes yourself, and the one that went right so that we can try to copy those things and do them in our own funnels. Here was the first one that I went to. I went to this website, and here immediately we have contact me, start now, get your free guides, or request a one-on-one consultation with me. So right off the bat, we've already made a mistake because we're giving them choices. On a single page, we just want them to have one choice. Do you want to claim your free guide? Yes or no? Do you want to schedule a one-on-one consultation with me? So I hit start now, and I filled out all of my answers, and I hit submit. I said that I was interested in potentially selling my home. I went and I checked my email, and I had 2 different emails that I received at the exact same time. The one was a fairly generic email that said, here's your backup selling plan. And it says, review the backup plan here, contact me to discuss, and here's my phone number. The second email says, here is the seller guide that you requested. And so when I click on it and I go to this guide, it's an automated presentation. It's like one of those virtual flip book sort of things. So it's really, really large. I feel like I need to take 10 steps backwards because I can't see the whole thing. There are no like clear instructions with what to do to this. Like, how do I scroll through this? I'm hitting the down button, but when I do, I still can't see the entire slide all at once. And I don't see any way to make it bigger or smaller. It is a lovely, beautifully formatted presentation. It is 12 pages long, but every time I click the down arrow to go to the next page, it has like this flash transition between them. As the consumer, I would find it very difficult to navigate this document. It looks fancy. It's too fancy. I think that just a PDF would have been much more user-friendly for the person getting it. Imagine that this person who downloaded it was a senior who's not super comfortable with technology. And they're like, what the heck am I looking at? They're going to close that window and not go any further. So overall, I just found the whole thing confusing. I got 2 emails immediately. One had a seller's guide. One had this thing called the backup plan. They're essentially the same presentation. The backup plan is 8 pages long. The seller's guide is 12 pages long, but they were pretty much the same guide, just one had fewer pages in it. You sent them both to me. If I click them both, I'm going to see that it was basically the same presentation with a different cover. It doesn't really make sense to me. And that was it. I never got another email. I never got a phone call. I never got any sort of follow-up whatsoever. I got the 2 emails that arrived immediately, and then that was that. So funnel number 1 needs a lot of work. We need to decide what is the offer on this page, the landing page that we're sending the people to. Don't give them options. Don't say, do you want this or this? Just give them, do you want this thing? Yes or no? Give me your contact information, and then deliver it. You don't send them multiple emails immediately upon them opting in and then never email them again. That was a lost opportunity in my book. It's almost that time of year again, Black Friday and Cyber Monday, but you got to be on my newsletter list in order to be notified what's going on sale and how big of a sale it's going to be. So if you're already getting emails from videobossagent.com, you are all set. If you're not, go to my website. I will leave the link down below. Download any of my free guides and you'll automatically be added to my newsletter list. And then check your emails because we're going to start dropping some juicy nuggets the week of Black Friday and you don't want to miss it. All right, back to the video. The second funnel that I checked out actually was much more promising. When I went to the website, I saw this video. So it's a little bit confusing of there's a video here. There's a button on the thumbnail that says download now. But if I click download now, it starts to play the video, which was fine. But I thought, okay, where am I supposed to download this guide? And he did have his website listed in the description of the video because I opened it and I went to YouTube, but it did not send me to the landing page. It sent me to the homepage of his website. So I had to search all around to try to find it. And when I finally found it, I opted in and it stayed on the same page. So I thought, did I not press enter? So I typed it in a second time. I hit enter. It stayed on the same page. So you don't get any confirmation of thanks, we've received your information, we're going to send it to you. No, here's the thing, download it right now. There was nothing. It just stayed on the same page. So then I went and I started checking my email, and I checked immediately. And after 3 minutes, and after 5 minutes, and after 10 minutes, and after an hour, and the next morning. And guess what? No email ever arrived. And I entered my email on 2 separate occasions because I wasn't sure that it had gone through the first time, and I got nothing. And let's just go check my email right now. And I'm typing by his name to search, and there's nothing. It's not even in spam. There's nothing. So in all of the time since I opted in twice for his seller's guide, there was nothing. There was no follow-up whatsoever. Now, how are you going to get a lead from that? If you get the email and it said somebody opted in for your seller's guide, but it did not ask me for my street address. It literally only asked me for my name and my email and nothing else. And then it didn't deliver the guide. How excited do you think that prospect is going to be to talk to you when you basically broke your promise? Right? You said, I'm going to give you the seller's guide, and then whoop, you did not. You big fat liar. They're not going to be very excited to talk to you. Even though it was an honest mistake, I'm sure it's just technology and you didn't really understand, or the person that you hired to set it up for you did it wrong. But it doesn't matter whether your intentions were good or not. What matters to the consumer is what their experience was. And their experience was bad. So now let's look at the funnel that actually did it right, and it was extremely effective. I did a search on the internet. I found him in the search results. I clicked the page, and this is where it brought me. So we've got a pop-up on the page that says, get a free VA loan guide and simplify home ownership. Here's what you're going to get. A brief description, a picture of it. This is everything that I recommend doing it. Strong headline, brief description, picture of what they're going to get, and the information that you're requesting from them. We see all of it on the page before we have to scroll down. The whole thing is visible right away. I'm sure on the phone, this looks amazing too. So I filled out my name and my information, and then I went over to my email, and I immediately got an email that said, thank you, as promised. Here are the answers to the top 11 questions that I get from veterans and active duty military. Here it is. It's a PDF document attached to the email. And in the body of the email, there's a button that says book a meeting. So if the person is serious, they read the guide, there's a button right there where I can book a meeting with him, grab a spot on his calendar, and have a conversation. There were follow-up emails that came after this one. I still think he could have sent more emails. He has sent me a grand total of 4 emails, and maybe he has a trigger that says if they don't reply, stop following up. But I figure people don't reply to all of the emails that they get. Sometimes I get an email in my inbox. It has a really interesting subject line, but I'm busy and I'm not going to read it right now because I know if I go down the rabbit hole, then the rest of my day is shot. So I'll save it for another time. And then it gets buried in my inbox and I kind of forget about it until one day I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to read that guy about getting a VA loan. And you go back to your inbox and you search for it and you find it. That happens to me all the time. I know I'm not the only one. It's not that they weren't interested. They just didn't have time to read it right now. So if you have some sort of trigger saying, if they don't respond to your email, stop following up, it could be that they were just really busy, or they went on a cruise and they did not buy the internet package. It could be any number of reasons why they didn't follow up. I would keep sending them emails until they unsubscribe or they call me. That's it. Like those are the only two options. I would just keep sending them emails until they either reply back and say, take me off your list, unsubscribe, I'm not buying a house with a VA loan, or I already bought a house, you can stop emailing me. That's it. I would just keep following up. And all of that, of course, is automated through your CRM. If you don't have a CRM, you need a CRM because you only have to write those emails one time and then the system will send them forever and ever and ever. I do have a bunch of copy and paste emails. If you'd like to just steal mine and not write yours from scratch, I'll leave them in the link down below. But you can absolutely write your own emails. It doesn't take that long. Just block out an afternoon to write a follow-up sequence for this one specific guide that you're going to make. I am telling you that taking the time to build these funnels and write the email follow-up sequence can be the best thing that you do for lead generation in your business. And if you don't believe me, I just recently interviewed one of my students who said he spends one day a month making a free PDF download. He makes a landing page to go along with it. He promotes it on his Facebook page and his YouTube channel and in his blog, all of the things. People go to the page, fill out the form, they become leads, they become clients. There was one where we calculated he was making $17,500 an hour from the time that he spent making this valuable resource and funnel to how much closed business he had gotten from it. So if you want to hear an extremely motivational and inspirational story, you should watch this video next.